Hey folks, Papa Boris here, making a bit of a weird video in my Hades playthrough. As you know, I like to do all the meta currency stuff and talking to people at the end of videos so that people can start a new video when the run begins. However, there's a bunch of stuff that happened between the previous run and this one, and I realized I was going to have to do so many updates at the beginning and be a little bit unfair for the folks who don't actually want to watch that stuff. So here is just a quick State of the Union update on the Hades playthrough, and then if you don't care about it, just skip to the next video. But after the previous run, I got really annoyed about the fact that I still had not unlocked the alternate talents in the mirror, as evidenced by these little arrows allowing you to switch from one talent to another. I was like, am I missing something? I looked it up and no, I wasn't missing anything. It's very easy to get the alternate talents. You just need to collect 300 darkness and Nyx gives them to you in a conversation. But I guess, humble brag, because I beat the game so quickly, Nyx got a whole bunch of priority narrative conversations stuffed to the front of her queue about my mother and whatever that she just never bothered to tell me about these alternate talents. So I did a few grinding runs. I did this off camera. I just died a few times in a row until Nyx gave me these alternate talents. And in the process of doing that, I actually got an achievement. I can't believe it. It was very annoying. Apparently, the only thing I was missing from the Goddess of Athena was just like the basic boon that updates your special. It was just her special boon. It wasn't even like a layer or 2 layers deep. It was just like the most basic boon you can get, which is kind of wild. So I got that. So we have 150 gems from that. We have that now. And that means I can actually unlock from the house contractor the superior plunder. So now the infernal troves contain 50% more stuff than they used to, or I think it's 50%. I could be wrong, but just a lot more. That, I believe, does it for the gems. Apart from Deuce's quest, which requires you to buy some upgrades for the lounge, you don't need gems for anything anymore. So now gems are basically keys. 10 gems makes 1 key, and 5 keys makes 1 nectar. So I will ruthlessly be converting gems, gems into keys and nectar. Keys to unlock the last section of the mirror, and nectar to first get some romances happening and unlock some chthonic companions, and then second just to get everybody's relationship up, do some other quests, and get the epilogue. Okay, so that's done. Now, since we unlocked the side talents in the mirror, let's get those. There are alternate talents for every single one here, and I actually don't like most of them, but I do like the alternative version of chthonic vitality. This makes it so that fully upgraded, you get 60% of any darkness you collect as healing. So instead of healing 3 health every time I go into a chamber, I get 60% of my darkness as health. Now you could argue that's less health overall because in the final act, every time you go through one of those mini chambers, you get 3 health. But I like this because, first of all, if I ever do die during a run and I kill a boss and get darkness, then I will get a bunch of health back from the darkness I collect. And second of all, if there's an infernal trove that gives darkness, that's also healing. Third, when Sisyphus gives darkness, that's healing. And anytime I buy darkness in the shop, which I want to because you cannot buy darkness at the merchant broker, and darkness has use for a very, very long time. So I typically like to get darkness during a run if I can. That's also going to provide a bit of healing. Next one is the alternative version of privilege status. So family favorite, what this does, it makes it so that every time you pick up a boon, you get 5% added to your damage. So it encourages you to pick up a bunch of different boons from different gods, and this for me is the final break point. It's once I get this that I feel pretty comfortable that I'll just beat the game, generally speaking, unless something crazy happens. This is like that last little power nudge. Which means that we are going to now start work on one of these achievements down here. Got a lot of achievements going on. Doodly-doo, doodly-doo, yeah. This one, harsh conditions. So I need to try to beat the game with each of these pacts of punishment active. Notice all we've been using so far is extreme measures and tight deadlines, so those already count. But there's a lot of work to do. There's a bunch of achievements to or no, a bunch of packs to beat the game with, and it's going to take a little bit of effort. I might actually die a few times because of it, but I really want that 15 Titan Blood because I am hungry for the Titan Blood. Not only do I want to level up some of the aspects, I want to level up, actually, this. I want to unlock it and level it up. The Blitz Disc, it's a really cool aspect. It's my favorite aspect for the shield, even more favorite for me than the hidden one for the shield. So I want that. I also want to level up the... Oh, I already leveled this up? How lovely. Okay, so that's already leveled up. But I also want to unlock the hidden aspect for the spear and reach the end with that. I want to unlock the hidden aspect for the sword and reach the end with that. So there's just a lot of things I need Titan Blood for. Each of these hidden ones is 3. And leveling up this shield takes a total of 16 to get it to max level. So 15 Titan Blood is a really good reward is what I'm saying. So I want it. Now, for the keepsakes, I'm going to be a little bit frisky here. I know I'm not going to be. I'm actually going to take the Owl Pendant to get Athena. And I'm going to try to complete a run with the shield having... heightened security active. What this does is it makes traps do 5 times as much damage as usual, which is really rough. However, Athena has a boon that reduces how much damage you take from traps. So my thinking is I will hopefully get that boon and resist most of the trap damage, and then this is kind of like a free heat. If I don't get it, then I just have to play very carefully. You have to be very careful fighting Hades because he has those urns in the second phase, and those count as traps, and they do like 100 damage a pop or something crazy if this is active. Speaking of which, this is my 10th clear. I've cleared the game 9 times. And on your 10th time reaching Hades, this only happens once, but on your 10th time reaching Hades, he just lets you go. So that's another reason why I'm doing the heightened security right now, is so I don't actually have to fight with those damn urns. I am also going to turn on damage control, which is annoying. It gives enemies basically a divine shield that blocks 1 instance of damage. Shield isn't the best weapon actually for this, but that's fine. We'll just do it. And I'm also gonna turn on one more. This is pretty aggressive to turn on 3 new different ones. I am gonna turn on Calisthenics Program. So this makes it so that every enemy has more health. This, again, is a good one to do now when Hades gives me a free win, because this does apply to Hades. So I don't ever actually now have to fight a Hades who has more health. Now, some of the other ones impact this as well. So all foes deal more damage. Actually, I should turn that on instead of damage control. Yeah, because that means that Hades would deal more damage. Basically, I should try to turn on all the things that make it so that Hades, the extra difficulty added to Hades, is negated. Of course, there's no guarantee I'm going to win this, because of the traps throughout. Doing 5 times as much damage is pretty crazy. So I might just die here before I get to Hades, and that's fine. That means the next time I play with the shield, I will be getting some darkness, which is completely fine with me.
Glad I'm on his good side.
Oh, right. I forgot to stop recording and restart. Oops. Oh, Jesus Christ. Okay. Be right back.